Okay, and welcome to this surprise special, sort of surprise episode.
The super special, awesome episode of the Destiny Corner podcast.
Yeah, so we're here, and I'm joined by Orchid and Joker.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
What's good, YouTube? Ladies and gentlemen, on Twitter, Twitch, whatever, Apple podcast things and or stuff, whatever this is circulated. I love you.
So, we all haven't talked in quite a bit. You know, we've all been kind of busy.
Forever.
Yeah. And I know that our podcast took a break for a while because we were just exhausted. So we took a couple week break, but we've been churning them out pretty strong. And, you know, we've gained some traction with some new followers, which is great. And a lot of things have happened in Destiny. A lot of things that we're not exactly too happy about, some cool things, but it's an interesting time with Destiny 2. So, that being said, yeah, that's basically the mindset, I would say. But how have you guys been coming along? We'll start with Orchid. How has the last couple weeks of Destiny and in general gone for you?
Things are great in Destiny.
Yeah.
Take 3 more shots and maybe you'll believe that.
God.
You know what,
I feel that on a spiritual level.
I see your fucking legendary engram pillow in the background, and I want one. Where'd you get it?
This I got at the budgie store.
Is it in the budgie store? Because I got
Yeah.
these little like stress balls, the like exotic, the blue, yellow, green, whatever. Yeah, those. I got those. My cats love them. I throw them around my living room. And Morgan and Cade. Yes, my cat is named Cade for people who don't know. But
It's because
I hate Destiny,
right? Yeah.
Me and Orchid, we're on the same level.
I know, right?
But I hate Destiny.
This has little engrams all over it. And it holds
so
engrams
cool.
and it holds engrams and snacks.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah. So, Bungie recently put out that TWAB that we have all read, and knowledge was gained, I guess, but I don't really...
I am Nostradamus!
Yeah.
Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right!
saw that
Fuck
video.
you! I was right!
I saw that video. I knew that was coming. As soon as I saw the anime scene right there when he's like, hey, do the thing. And I was like, I know it's coming. I was in my car.
That.
Okay, Joker, do you want to summarize basically the TWAB and what we've all learned in the community and what has recently pissed us all off?
Okay, Orchid. I love you.
What?
I love you,
What?
darling. I love you and your purple hair highlights and your Trials of the Nine hoodie. Actually, I kind of want one. But I'm probably like way too late to buy one from the Bungie store because I'm an idiot. And I like your little fucking legendary engram hoodie and your like light engram that you can boop. You can boop it. I like the fact that you can boop it, by the way. It's like boop, boop, and then it changes colors. That's amazing. So, Orchid, while Dimitri is passing off the rage response to me, I would prefer a more mature adult response to the current issues of sunsetting before I go full blast.
Okay.
And I know your opinion is probably going to align with mine, but it's going to be more moderated and mature. And
Is that what you think is going to happen? That's adorable.
I want this audience to have the most unbiased of opinions while I take a couple of shots and be like, it all started with a fucking gorilla.
My deal is after losing all of our stuff last season into this season, me deleting a fucking gnawing hunger that was identical to a gnawing hunger that dropped out of that I already had in my vault that I had gotten from the Reckoning, that I had to grind so much because fuck, Reckoning.
Fuck reckoning.
Fuck
you.
reckoning.
Feel that
Great
100%.
Ah, it's like,
Fuck
fuck reckoning from
because
we
the
went to
drop
reckoning,
rates
we
and
went to
stuff
the
for
trials of
reckoning until they
Osiris,
fixed it.
and
The
then my
the
sister.
drop rates in reckoning were abysmal until they fixed them, and I had this perfect gnawing hunger, and I loved it. It was so good, and then I had to delete it because they artificially said you can't use it anymore, and I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, so you have to get a new one. And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay. And so I got one, and it's exactly the same roll that I had to delete.
Sister,
Yep.
great shit from on
And
high.
so I'm like, cool, Budgie. I mean, good that I have the same gun, but I had to get it again.
Mhm.
But I mean, like, gnawing hungers are falling from the sky at this point. So I'm like, I'm fine with it because they were coming out of the drifter's trash can like candy. So I
Mhm.
got as many gnawing hungers as I wanted. But at the same time, it's like, now this is
Right.
the only this is like the only auto rifle I use now if I'm not using Fellwinter's lie. You know?
Right.
Cirrus is
Or-
still really good. Like, okay, everybody's like, say, oh, hand cannon, but Joker, hand cannons came in and then like fucked up everything's balance. But I'm like,
No, they didn't. Auto rifles are still
Motherfucker.
super
have you
good.
used Gnawing Hunger since the patch? Have you used Suros?
Suros is still super good.
I don't
I've
use
been
it because I
using
don't
the
want to
fucking
take up my
pulse
exotic
rifle?
slot.
Oh no. Okay, I've been using in Crucible. I've either been using Vigiwing is super good.
Yeah, Vigilance Wing is
Vigiwing is
two-tap.
fucking
It's amazing.
slaying. It's a beast. No Time to Explain is actually really good. If you can proc
Exactly.
headshots, you get your little Patrick.
No Time to Explain is a two-tap, and
It's
then
super good.
you get a buddy.
Yeah, you get a Patrick. His name is Patrick.
Patrick, I
Yeah.
call it an Orby boy.
Oh no, his name is Patrick.
Okay, okay. Can we agree that the thorn little blooms,
Yeah.
blossoms are Orby boys?
Yeah.
Yes, I win.
Oh no, I lately I've been running Mida and Mida Mini in Crucible, and it's been super good for me.
I'm gonna use Mida on the fucking stasis
been-
subclasses.
Super good because I can sit back and map people with it. It's been really good for me, and I just pulled Mida. I pulled Mini out of my collections and just like fucking infused it because you can infuse it to infinity. There's no
Right.
limit on it. It's the one gun you can infuse to whatever. It's
Hold on.
amazing. That's a legendary, at least.
This is totally me trying to get away from like bitching about like fucking reissuing of weapons, by the
You
way.
mean like how we're getting for Dreaming City and for Moon things back, and how we're
Okay,
getting our
we're
armor
doing
back
it.
just like we
We're
said
doing
we
it.
were going
We're doing
to?
it. Okay, we're doing it.
Okay,
Okay.
let me be the mature adult in the room, and then you can lose your shit. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, I love you.
So basically, the TLDR is Bungie, after listening to the community's pissed offness about the lack of loot in the game,
Yeah.
has basically decided off their ass, and I don't believe this was planned. I don't believe it was. I don't believe that it was planned. I don't believe it. I think it was like a last minute thing. They're basically bringing back 4 weapons from the Dreaming City and 4 weapons from the Moon and the armor sets. And they're basically going to allow us to earn them. And if we earn them in the dungeon, they can get special roles that aren't available normally. And
This is fucking stupid.
the final encounter from the Moon will not drop a masterworked item. It'll drop a 7 energy item. And it won't be a class item. So basically, that's how it's going to work. The Moon weapons are going to be the pulse rifle, but you can only get it from the dungeon. And we all remember how much of a pain in the ass it was to get from the dungeon because you needed a Hymn of Desecration. You needed to do it on that second encounter. And the 3 weapons from the Altars of Sorrow, which is really fucking disappointing to me because that means all the other interesting weapons from the Moon still going to be sunset. And the Dreaming City will be the fucking shitty ass scout rifle, the rocket launcher that no one used, the shotgun that was decent, and the hand cannon, and then the armor set. So yeah, congratulations to all of you on being able to re-earn shit that we earned a long time ago. And the fact that the moon gear was even sunset in the first place when it had only been in the game for a year blows my fucking mind. And the fact that it's being reissued this early and it's not even the entire set, which is so puzzling to me, because you can still go to the moon and earn it from that lectern, even though it's pointless to earn it. And there was a part of me, I don't know why, but there was a part of me that thought, oh, maybe I can grind for a loud lullaby right now then, just because I have nothing else to do. And then once this change happens, I can just, it'll update or something, because it is a moon weapon. Nope. Nope.
No.
So
why would you think you could do that?
Right? So instead, the lectern, I don't know what they're going to do with the lectern then, because otherwise it'll have like one weapon out of the 8 or whatever.
The lectern weapons, by the way, are not part of this revamp. I hate that. That's my biggest problem with this.
Mm-hmm.
So weapons that people are still paying for.
Yep.
Still fucking paying. You're still paying $30-$40 for this gear. You can't use it. The Lectern of Enchantment, go fuck yourself. You just paid fucking $30-$40 to get like whatever Shadowkeep is. Okay, I don't give a fuck how much it costs. 20, 30, 40, whatever. You just paid this money to buy this game, to play through this campaign, to get these weapons, items, and armor that are
all useless.
The sunsetting was so poorly implemented that they have had to take the L, step back, and reissue gear. Destiny has a loot problem. We don't need more Destiny. We need new Destiny, which is the title of my next video. And I think the way that you achieve that is through a robust crafting system. But that's neither here nor there. Going back to what is going on, though, why am I regrinding my Vorcha Safe? Why am I regrinding my Twilight Oath? Why am I regrinding? Is Twilight? I don't even know if Twilight.
No,
Oath
it's just the rocket launcher, the scout.
Who gives a
cannon and retool too?
Wait. Are
Safe.
both destinations getting their rocket launcher back?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
What I said last episode. It's exactly what I said. Rocket launchers aren't even or haven't been in a good place since Destiny 1. No. And so the fact that they were this is what I said last episode.
Tripod and horseshoes and hand grenades was the only thing that made a rocket launcher. And they've not brought that back. I don't understand it one bit. I really don't. I mean, the fact that they're bringing back the 3 fucking Altars of Sorrow weapons that nobody used anyway. So the sniper rifle was cool for like a month, but nobody really used that.
Apostate's good.
The shotgun.
Don't fucking knock it. Apostate's a really good.
There was better ones in the slot though. That's the thing. Like there was better sniper rifles in that slot. And the shotgun had its moment.
It's because it's a slingshotty.
It's good,
I don't remember what it is. I got one earlier that was
Blasphemer is good though.
Yeah, Blasphemer.
If you get the right.
Because I was doing the farm to get Hawkmoon, right? And I just so happened to complete the event, and I'm like, I walk up to the chest. I'm like, oh, this is cool, right? Like, I haven't done this since this came out. Like, and I had a reason to do it because Hawkmoon, almost like content should be viable whenever you play it because you don't know when you're going to go back to it. And you're like, hey, I had a reason to play this content again. So I walk up to this chest and I'm I open it up and I get a Blasphemer. And this Blasphemer's opening shot, quick draw, and basically everything that makes it a god roll.
I was going to say, that's what you want.
That's what you want in a slug shotgun.
So you can't use it when it matters.
It's amazing.
You can use it in the Crucible, and that's what matters.
Yeah, but not in Trials.
In Trials,
no one's playing Trials unless you're getting a paid carry. No one gives a shit about Trials.
Oh, seriously though. I think everybody here really wanted Trials to be good.
I love Trials.
Trials in Destiny 1 was my weekend, dude. Like, there's that. I made a joke in my video about PvP, because it's like Bungie promised XYZ in PvP, and then it's like, we promised to do this, that, and the other. Oh. And then, like, a year later, it's not come to fruition. There was one thing. It was like Luke Smith. He was talking about, like, man, I knew this thing was coming, and I didn't want to spoil it for my boys. So we'd go in and we'd play threes every night. Well, one, where's fucking threes in Destiny, by the way? Two, we'd play threes every night. And I wanted to get the communication down. And then Trials released. And that was our Friday night. Nobody's playing Trials because you fucked up Trials.
No.
Trials is this really cool thing that should work.
I
liked Trials when it was good. I like thinking about Trials and being hyped for it and looking forward to it. And I don't mean to cut anybody off, because that's
I love Trials. I love D1 Trials. I even love Trials of the 9, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't as good, but I still loved it.
I wasn't a fan of the objective, but like sometimes you'd get games where like people were like, they would wave off the objective. Yeah. And I had this happen a lot, in fact. And this is one of the things, like, when people, I bitch about Destiny. I don't bitch about the Destiny community a lot. Mm-hmm. I bitch about maybe the developers, because I think maybe, and I don't even think Luke Smith is like developing as head of the game in bad faith. I think he lacks vision. Where you like compare him to Christopher Barrett, okay, and he's leading Matter, and he deserves all that with the pay raise and the benefits that must come with that. Also the stress. But there's a difference between being enthusiastic about a game and being enthusiastic about an idea, and having a solid vision of where to take it. Luke Smith's vision is like reliving his childhood when he was like becoming Scarab Lord in World of Warcraft. And we keep replaying that and replaying that and replaying it and replaying it and replaying it. And I don't think he has a solid vision for like PvP, for Trials. I think he's upset that he's bad at the game. And they made a joke about this, in fact, when Destiny 2 was first releasing, and it was like Mark Noseworthy and it was Luke Smith. And I used kind of a part after it where they talk about changing the subclasses in a lot of videos. But there's a part before that where they talk about like, Luke, he keeps changing the rules to Trials because he's not good at it. And we originally, everybody's like, oh, that's kind of a cute, quaint joke, a nice little anecdote. Mm-hmm. 3 years later, and Destiny, you can kind of see like where it's like the Bungie developers are bad at this game, and they just do things because they're bad at this game. Going into Beyond Light, we're talking about lore, we're talking about gameplay, we're talking about Bungie doing XYZ with sunsetting. But we can hate it. It is what it is. I think that's ultimately where we're at. And I'm looking at Outriders as a game. It's a game I wrote off, by the way. I watched MTash play like 5 minutes of it, and I was like, this game looks stupid. Done. Right. And then Skill Up tweeted out a video, and it was like a PC demo, and they're like talking about, okay, guys, by the way, yes, we show all our footage on high-end, the best money can buy PCs. Also, here's what this looks at, 720, 30 frames per second, blah, 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 on Xbox. Mm-hmm. You have to respect that.
Yeah.
Especially after Cyberpunk.
I was going to say, at least it's not a Cyberpunk thing where they're like, we're definitely not going to show you what it looks like on a fucking Xbox One.
Could it shit the bed? Yes. Anthem, by the way, was kind of transparent in a lot of its features. People forget this, but it shit the bed when it released. However, this game is touting, allegedly, 40-hour campaign, 20 to 40-hour campaign, depending on how you play it. A world leveling system, which is really interesting. It's like if you're like slaughtering enemies while you go through and your DPS is high and your armor as well, the world will level up. But if you keep getting your shit kicked in, the world will level down and be easier. And then you can go in if you're like a high level and you're like, but I just want to like mud stomp shit in their dicks.
Right.
And you go in and you can change that.
Yeah.
And that's world level.
Still not going to play it.
Really?
I'm taking
fine.
a break from like open world RPG kind of games right now. I'm taking a break from those.
I would
Fair.
say it is an open world RPG. I don't think, and I would say it's also a looter shooter, but I would say it's more in the vein of Mass Effect and Dragon Age than it is Destiny.
I mean, that helps a bit. That definitely helps a bit. I honestly haven't played games seriously in about 3 weeks or so. Just been busy, but also just a little burnout. So like I needed to mentally check out for a bit.
I've been so mentally checked out of Destiny since Beyond Light dropped.
Oh, definitely.
And
I got everything done, and then I wasn't even trying. Like I wasn't even trying to get everything done, and I got it all done in like a month. And I was so upset because I was like, I wasn't even trying to burn through the content. But there just wasn't any content really to burn through.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But
you know,
like, okay, beyond that, let's, if we're gonna kind of bring the podcast to kind of a conclusion, Beyond Light has fucked us in our ass. And if season of the Hunt is a example of what Bungie is going to do going forward, we're fucked.
Yep.
Destiny is fucked. Now, of course, the assistant lead game director came out and went, hold on. I actually have the quote. Hold on. This is good. No, I put it in a folder. I'm not even joking. I put it in the folder. I'm like, this folder will be for Destiny Season 13 review, because it's like one of those like images where it's like images taken before a catastrophe. So Joe Blackburn, he said last year, I said Destiny's best days are ahead. Seeing what's coming, I believe this more than ever. But we have work to do to get there. 2021 is going to be a little different for Destiny. Taking some time to validate our plans. But expect a state of Destiny 2021. Expect a state I'm not even joking. This is how it reads. But expect a state of Destiny 2021 next season. What the fuck does that mean?
That means that
they
Luke
don't
Smith
know what
is
they're
going to do
doing.
his little retrospective again and be like, yes, we fucked up, but we're learning from it. And it's like, you said that last year, you know?
No, I love again, I said it in I had the like joke playing in my Crucible, my last Crucible video. We have a refocus on the Crucible. That was season 8. We're going into season 13. Mind telling me when this refocus is going to happen? Because I'm not seeing shit for fuck.
I'm sorry, a progression bar for the vendor is not enough. It's not enough. It's
They
nice,
just
but it's not
made the
enough.
vendors a season pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all they did.
It's a nice change, but it's not nearly enough to fix it.
It's a nice change if you don't want to grind strikes for loot that automatically is irrelevant because you're just grinding for fucking materials so you can put them in your armor so that you can wait a year to lose that armor. Doesn't fucking matter.
Nope.
I'm so done with the loot grind in Destiny. It's pathetic. They need to adopt, I'm not even joking, this is another thing why I like Outriders. Outriders, they were showing their loot system. So it's just, you get a legendary, and their legendaries are what we consider exotics. And they're like, your exotic will come with a default perk. One default perk you can't change.
Yep.
However, it'll also come with a randomly rolled tier 3 perk. That tier 3 perk can be swapped out for anything that you have. By the way, when you dismantle weapons, you get all the perks that were on that weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I wish.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Those would have been great
not
times,
ever.
huh?
No.
Not ever.
No, I'm saying, like, say you're playing Destiny, you had rangefinder, last shot, final round, luck in the chamber, whatever.
That'd be amazing.
You dismantled that. All those would drop in perks in your inventory that you can then apply to a weapon to take over another perk later on when you got that weapon. So, say for example, you got this really cool shotgun in Outriders, right?
Okay.
But you're like, okay, I like the first perk. The first perk freezes people when I shoot them with it. That's kind of fucking cool.
That's super
But
cool.
like, you know what's cooler? Freezing people and shooting them with lightning.
That's yeah.
That's even
cool.
cooler.
I have a
I want that.
perk in my vault, in my like fucking catalog, that's like, you shoot people, it casts lightning. So you can go, wait. Frozen perk, lightning perk. Let me put them both on this shotgun. Win. That's Outriders crafting system. Also, so say you got a blue weapon, blue helmet. I have a blue helmet. There's a blue helmet in Destiny that looks like the helm of Inmost Slay without the flames. I love that helmet. Can't use it. It's the hard case helmet. So in Outriders, you're like, yeah, that helmet's cool. Let me upgrade the rarity so I can add mod slots and damage buffs points.
Oh, if only. If only.
If only.
There's some sick ass.
Outriders has the crafting system. Like, Outriders could flop. I don't give a shit for fuck. Outriders could be the worst. Outriders could be the next fucking Anthem.
Oh no! Don't curse it like that. Why would you do that?
No, because I'm not saying it's going to be the next Destiny killer, which is definitely cursed on any game. Outriders could be the next Anthem. It still has a fucking menagerie of good ideas that Destiny needs to pay attention to.
That's because Destiny Sunset Menagerie.
You know, I'm hard to use
Fucking
fancy words.
I'll never get over that.
You're welcome.
I'll never get over that.
I'm never going to get over that either. That is a good stopping point. That I brought it all the way around to the beginning. Honestly, like, I'm going to keep playing because I like the game and I'm not happy with what they're doing right now, but I'm holding out hope that they are going to get better. And I'm hoping that they're going to learn something from this, and that if they're not going to learn it in Destiny, that they're actually going to learn it somewhere else and take it to their next game.
Right. Well, you know, I'm going to say this and I'm going to stick to it. Destiny is as bare bones an RPG as they could possibly do.
Destiny gets away with the fact that it's a minimally viable product that has absolutely, positively no competition. Destiny is exactly how it is because we play it, we buy it, we're willing to talk about it, we make videos about it, we bitch about it, we love it, we hate it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you at all. I mean, I think we're all on the same page when it comes to our disappointments. You know, it's not even anger at this point. It's honestly just community-wide disappointment.
I don't think it's even disappointing. I think it's apathy. It is a bit of apathy, and we're like, okay, this sucks. How can we make it? At least in my opinion, for my content, it's like, this sucks. Can we all just and I mean, I make fun of it where like content creators are like, oh no, sunsetting was bad. Who could have foresaw this? That said, I think, again, I said it earlier, we don't need more Destiny. Bungie doesn't need to make more Destiny. We need new Destiny.
Yes.
We need a new crafting system. Maybe they look at Outriders and they go, hey, there's this crafting system where you can take the perks from the weapons that you dismantle and put them on new weapons. Maybe they go to Monster Hunter and they're like, hey, in Monster Hunter, you're not necessarily like farming for like a weapon. You're going, okay, I want this piece of gear, or I want this armor, or I want this weapon, and this is my class, and I need this for this, and I go, okay, I'm going to kill X enemy 18 times because I know once I do it 18 times, I'm going to get enough drops to craft this armor.
Mhm.
But then I have to go back and kill it another 5-6 times to upgrade that armor.
Yep.
Okay. Same thing with weapons.
Well,
the
you know,
rate
that's
of
the
I
thing.
don't
stuff
like
it can
that
do.
because that's too much work. And for someone that's not playing that much, like if they don't want to do the grind, that's not going to work for them.
I
Like-
don't disagree.
For us, like that's fine because we play a lot.
Yeah.
But for other people who are just like, you know, Destiny dads who play on the weekend because they have, you know, like 60-hour-a-week jobs and don't stream and don't make
Well,
content.
of course,
and,
I'm
you know,
making an exaggeration.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually
right.
take much
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
Monster Hunter.
But I mean, like, I liked Menagerie and being able to like pick the weapon and
pick
the
your loot,
rolls,
pick your
and
rolls. That's
I
really
liked being
great.
able to pick your loot. I didn't like getting 900 umbral engrams from the fucking umbral
No, I
engram
agree,
bullshit. But
exactly.
I liked being able to pick I liked being able to pick kind of like the small loot pool that I wanted, and I want something like that again because I'm tired of.
And they want to act
tried
like they've
to do
done
that.
that with Season of the Hunt, but like
I
the loot
fucking
in Season of the
hate
Hunt
that,
is
though. Like, it's
terrible.
The new
such
system is
trash,
shit.
like-
Unpredictable and shit.
And
I
it
don't
doesn't
like
even
it.
work.
Like half the time, it doesn't work, and like half the time, the things that pop up at the bottom, they're like, it's nothing.
Oh,
No,
and it doesn't
So say
work.
you'll
if there's
like
multiple people.
put down an anchor, right? You'll put down an
Yeah.
anchor or lure or whatever it's fucking
Yeah, it
called.
has to be your thing. If it's not
And-
yours, it doesn't work.
And no, not even that. So you put down a lure and you'll be like, I want this boss because this boss is gonna give me a chest piece, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna farm for a chest piece and it's gonna have extra stats. Guess what? You're still getting 5 or 55 stats
Mhm.
because guess what? It's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Bungie fucked up. And they're like, well, it's a seasonal event, it's seasonal content. We're not going to worry about fixing it. And that comes it comes down to, I think, the fans and you, me, Orchid, people like us.
Yeah.
We have more investment in the game than I think Bungie does even.
Oh yes.
I
You
feel
see,
like Bungie's going
that's
through the
exactly
motions
what I think.
a lot of the time because their sites are already on whatever their new IP is, and they're just
It's
they're like,
ADHD, man.
they're like,
Yeah.
fuck, we're already too deep into this. Like we thought that we were gonna have like Activision fueling this and all these other, you know, studios helping, and now it's just us, and now we're fucked. And what are we supposed to do? We have all these demands, and people are being really shouty, and we just want to sit in our rooms, and can they just go away for a little bit so we can just do our thing? And people are being really mean to us.
I don't want to like yell and be mean. Like, you
I
know,
don't. Yeah, I think
I would-
a lot of times
I
think
put
we're
this
not
out
being
on
fair to
my-
them, but at the same time, it's like they need to at least acknowledge that they're hearing us. And if I hear one more time,
we're
like
listening.
we were listening, I'm gonna.
We're talking about Destiny, and we're talking about the worst part of Destiny right now. We're talking about the grind. We're talking about the content. We're talking about Bungie not listening. Why do we like Destiny? Like, why are we playing? I
That's a great question.
Play
I
it because
paused
I
this-
like. I know why I play it, and I'll answer it because I have a good answer.
Okay,
Go for it.
I
give me a
play it
second.
because my friends play it. I
Well,
play
yeah.
it for the
That's
community.
really good. I agree with that. In fact, what is the point of loot in Destiny? What is it?
It's something to chase. I like to look pretty.
The aesthetic. No, exactly. I agree with you. We're like basically arguing about fashion frame at this point.
Right.
I do have the fashion emblem, so
No,
they're
the-
doing their best.
And I trust that. I
I
trust.
guess.
No.
But,
I agree with Orchid. I actually agree with Orchid. I think they're doing their best. I actually think because there's like the hashtag cancel sunset Luke Smith.
No, I don't agree with that.
I disagree with that, not because I disagree with the sentiment, but because I disagree with the people who don't understand game development.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason is I think Luke Smith Makes a lot of money for Bungie, by the way. Obviously.
Obviously.
Let's be real, let's be honest, let's be real honest. We love Destiny. We love playing Destiny. We love talking about Destiny. I love Orchid's fucking... I spent like half an hour talking about Orchid's fucking pillows and touch fucking bubble engram thing. They're so fucking cool. We love Destiny.
Yeah.
We don't love the state right now.
I mean, it'll get better. I said maybe.
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 I see. I was trying to leave it on a hopeful note. It's like, we hope it'll get better. And then Orchid's like,
won't.
Maybe. And then Prophet's like, it won't.
No, they'll
And I'm
drip
like,
feed us content for the next
man.
3 seasons.
When am I the most hopeful person in the room?
No, they'll drip feed us content until the next big release comes out, and then we'll all gobble it up and pay for it, and it'll just be rinse and repeat until Destiny's over.
Expansions. Actually, not to like sideline a fucking tangent into a tangent. I do want... This is my last tangent, and we can end the video. Okay?
Okay.
Destiny has 2 announced expansions, Witch Queen and Lightfall.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, fair enough. Everybody on the same page. So when people tell me that like Bungie's going to get their shit together in the next year, I'm like, oh, they're going to get their shit together in the next year where we only have 1 year left.
Yep.
Trash.
They like... I'm not to be a dick, but like they need to get their shit together the next update, or like it's just not. You know what? Yeah. This is one of those things, like I said, the guy who is like executive, creative, half-assed director, blah, 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 whatever his fucking title is. And he said like, the best days of Destiny are coming. Well, you know, you have me as a PvP main going, oh, really? Best days of Destiny are coming? Oh, how's that coming along the side of the refocus PvP? Really? Okay. Digression.
Coming soon, season 38, where we actually revamp the Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think... and I said not another segue, but to segue. I think people don't understand the importance of criticizing Destiny.
Oh, 100%. If we don't say anything about it, it's never going to change.
No, it's not even that. Look at Anthem. Look at Avengers. Look at half a dozen other games. Look at the modern AAA industry. They're all taking notes from Bungie. They're all putting out fucking half-assed, alpha-tested games, and they're going, this is a live service, and going, we're going to like fix it over the course of time. Look at Cyberpunk. Look at everything. I don't mean to like be dour or, you know, fucking morbid, but Bungie is... And I've said this since I started making videos. Bungie is so important, and people don't understand that. People do not understand just how important Destiny is. Because if this is like Call of Duty has a bad game, what do? We don't play it. We don't give a fuck. We go back to Warzone.
Yeah.
Destiny has a bad expansion, and we're like, fuck. Well, maybe there's an exotic I need.
Well,
tell me I'm wrong.
I don't think you're wrong. I mean, that's the sad truth of it. We actually have to try to do what we do to maybe prevent companies from making huge mistakes.
Anthem. What did Anthem do worse than Destiny 1? Tell me.
I think they both kind of
other than
were
not
just
having
as
a
terrible
DLC plan that they stuck to. What was the difference? Nothing. They both released horribly. Actually, I'll say it here, and I'll fucking quote it. You can quote me. Anthem had a better campaign.
Oh, I do actually have to go now.
Anthem had a campaign.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, I do actually have to go now.
Yeah,
fine.
no,
bad.
of course. Do your thing.
Bye, guys.
I love you. Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.
I'd say that the difference was Anthem actually had I wouldn't say its campaign was good.
It wasn't good,
but it had a campaign. It had a story that had a beginning, middle, and end. You knew what was going on. That doesn't mean it was a good story, but it had a story.
I've done videos and people are like, Destiny 1 was a shit story and shit campaign. And I'm like, bro, do you even understand how time travel works? And I've defended the shit out of Destiny 1's campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Anthem still had a better story. Anthem actually kind of played better too.
Yeah.
I liked my fucking ballerina of death.
Yeah.
Just as much as I like my Titan. However, the difference is people's patience on waiting for a game to get its shit right. We've already done it. We've done it with Destiny. We're not going to do it with Anthem. We're not going to do it with Avengers. We're not going to do it with another game. We've done it with Destiny. And Destiny works on the fact that it has absolutely, positively no competition. And you can quote me on that.
Yeah. Well, that's why Outriders needs to do well.
Outriders isn't trying to be competition with Destiny, though.
No, but it needs to do well so that Bungie can look at it and be like, fuck. Because if Outriders does well, then other games...
So I've used this example before. In fact, I tweeted about this earlier. I don't know if you saw it, but it's like I was talking about games as a service just being a failure of gaming. It was like games as a service basically means we couldn't bother to finish a fucking game, so pay us $60, if not more, to buy an alpha test, and then pay us to fix it.
Yeah.
That's what games as a service means. You know what games as a service... You know what is fucking hilarious to me? As an old stogie whatever, GameStop manager, blah, 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 blah. Remember when Dragon Age came out in 2009?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
You know, the biggest controversy around that was the fact that if you bought the game used, you didn't get the DLC pass that was included with buying the game new. How far have we fucking fallen?
Well, you know...
And it was only $8 for the DLC pass, which made up the difference between the used and new price. How far have we fallen? And you know what you got for Dragon Age in DLC is a game that apparently wasn't a service game. You got Return to Ostagar. You got Warden's Keep. You got fucking 8 other DLCs, and then you got a full-blown fucking expansion, Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Got like Witch Hunt. You got all before that. You got Witch Hunt. You got Liliana's Song. You got Dark Hunt or Darkspawn Chronicles. All this shit. You got a ton of fucking DLC, and they brought this. Now, in my mind, a game as a service is like, hey, we're offering this DLC. Do you want to buy it?
Yeah.
That's a service to me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to buy this DLC. And then the game's like, okay. You like this game. You didn't like that DLC. But here's this next DLC. And here's XYZ in this DLC. And you're like, yeah, you know what? A la carte. Like I'm in high school. I'm going through. There's the food line in high school. You know, you had the food line where you were poor and you didn't have any money. And there's no fucking, I'm not like judging people for this, by the way. And you got like the like basic bullshit, but then you had the a la carte line, and you could go in and you could like get like pizza and sloppy joes and like cheesesteaks and shit. And you just paid like $8 for lunch, which was ridiculous. And you could buy Chick-fil-A for lunch over way more price than it was supposed to be.
Right.
I'm like digressing, but the point is, you had the choice. You go, I'm just gonna go buy normal food, or I'm gonna go buy Chick-fil-A for like $10 more than it should be.
Yeah.
That's a service.
And I think that's a very fair point, you know, and I think with the failure, as much as it pains me to say, but the very true failure of the Division and the fact that it looks like Massive is moving on to a Star Wars game and an Avatar game showcases that this model just does not work in the long run. It just doesn't.
I disagree with that, in fact, though.
Well, it doesn't work for the consumer.
It doesn't
works
work
for the company.
us. If you look at Bungie, again, like I said earlier, $1 million on microtransactions for bullshit armor on a holiday event.
Yeah, I mean it works for the company, but you and me,
we don't matter. No, we don't matter, because the whole point of a minimally viable product is you and I will buy it. Generally speaking, like Destiny DLC, we'll buy it. We'll bitch about it. We'll make podcasts like this. Bungie still made money. Bungie will still make money on season content. Luke Smith knows how to make Bungie money. Even if Matter comes out, put it this way, Matter comes out, Chris Barrett, the God Emperor of saving fucking Destiny. Tell me I'm wrong. House of Wolves. He was the head of fucking Forsaken. You know, shit like this. He's saved Destiny so many times it's not even funny. And he's working on Matter. Matter comes out. Matter shit. Because apparently, according to legal documents, like a hero shooter or something like that, hero shooters are like way, 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 way past their age. You know, you lost that. And Overwatch is only cool because it's porn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people only give a shit because they can watch Tracer get fucked in the ass. And I'm not gonna like apologize for that, by the way.
No, I don't. I'm not. You know, I don't think you're wrong.
Like Overwatch, like exists for a very specific reason, and you know what? That spawned a very successful esports. That spawned a very successful amount of money for Blizzard. I'm not going to begrudge them for that. They know their audience. In fact, the worst thing that Blizzard could do is try to go after people making porn of their characters, which they did, and that was stupid. That being said, I think the hero shooter, as Bungie thinks, according to the Matter legal documents, is about 5 years too late.
Ain't that the truth?
And if Matter comes out and it actually tries to be a hero shooter, well, I mean, maybe you're in the resurgence? Because I do think we have the battle royales right now. So hero shooters gave way to battle royales. And I mean, it was arena shooters. And then it was like Call of Duty, which is kind of arena, but not really. It's Twitch and all that nonsense. And then you have the hero shooters right now. But I mean, like, you kind of always had that with like Team Fortress and shit like that. And then you had like what's the other really big hero shooter that's not like big, it's not competitive, but a lot of people like it, Rainbow Six, where you have like all these characters and shit. And so you have all this nonsense, but I think the Halo traditional, fucking arena shooter where you're just like, my team has 4 BRs, your team has 4 BRs, rockets spawn in the middle, let's fucking go, is the next actual evolution, devolution of shooting games, PvP wise.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why Halo Infinite needs to get it right. I could do an entire podcast, maybe we'll do that later, on Halo Infinite.
I think that'd be fun.
I do.
I think that the viewers would enjoy us talking about
something other than bitching about Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that actually kind of frustrates me sometimes. And this isn't meant to be like me making an indictment of the viewers or anything. I love y'all. But I don't want to talk about this game every episode because it's going to burn me out.
I tell you, dude, we should call it Digressions the podcast, especially when I'm on, because we digress, but it's like fun. I hope at least it's fun digressions. We're like, I'm like, hey, I like read this random raunchy manga that I thought was horror, but then I looked at the first 3 pages and I'm like, I don't want my FBI agent like knocking on the door going open up, and clicked out, and I was like, but like I like horror stuff. And then we go from that to talking about like Matter, or like where Destiny's failed, or like going, hey, you know what? Wouldn't it be cool if Halo was good?
Yeah.
I think that's cool. And I mean, that's one very long digression.
I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, I think you're I'm like thinking it through, and I'm like,
but that's only when I'm on. I have no clue whatever you do when I'm not here.
Oh, well, yeah. But the thing is, like, no, you go.
Oh, I said I think it's probably more organized, in fact.
Yeah. But, the thing is, like, I'm not going to be super hype. This game has bitten us in the ass.
Logic, and once I inject logic and rambling, we all go, yeah, let's ramble.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like, this game has
I like that. Do it. Ah!
This game has gone down a road I didn't think it was going to go down. So I'm not going to be that person anymore who's like, oh, but it might get better. It might get better. My thing recently has always been like, I mean, it could, but like, I don't think it will. Like,
not to drag this out to like 3 hours or anything, but like, I agree with that. It's like, Destiny might get good eventually, maybe. Okay. I'm just done.
Well, on that note, viewers, we deeply appreciate you, and we appreciate your patience. And yeah, and the little stuffed animal appreciates y'all as well. But we thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast, and we deeply thank our guests, Joker and Orchid, for joining us at this time. And we will definitely plan time to have another fun little casual episode soon. So appreciate it. Thank you. And we will see y'all soon. So take a break from the game if you need it. Don't burn yourself out. You probably already did. But stay safe out there, peoples. Be smart. All right. See you later.
Speech.
You have a speech for the end of the podcast? I
have it. Okay. I do.
Okay.
We choose to bitch about Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Not because it is easy, but because it is hard.
Oh my God. You seriously had to get that quote. For fuck's sake.
I wanted to make sure I was right, especially on the 20th. with the
Right.
new inauguration, with a new president and shit. So I watched somebody say his speech was better than JFK's, and I categorically disagree, because I'm like, we do this not because it is easy, but because it is hard.
But you gotta pronounce it the correct way. But because it is hard.
We're not. And with that, we should end it.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. We deeply thank you for your viewership, and we hope that you stand by for more. Stay safe, stay smart, and have a pleasant night. Say goodbye, Joker.